What's up, family? Hey, what's going on?
Hello.
Hey, we're going to do this video today, and I'm going to call this one, Learning Should Never Stop. Such as a phrase that I've been always saying to my daughter since they was little. Learning should last from what?
The cradle to the grave.
Exactly.
From
That's
birth
right,
to death.
that's right.
You should never stop learning. And I encourage any and every parent out there that you should always encourage your kids, learn more, always show them, teach them, explain
You
to
also
them.
share your education with each other. Just like, you know, if I learned something today and you didn't know it, feels good for me to tell you something.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh, I didn't know that. So now you know it. Now you feel like it's your job tomorrow to tell me something that I don't know.
Yes, no matter how little or how big, you explain these things, explain your experiences. Matter of fact, my other daughter, she's here too, but she don't want to be on film because she
It
get
looks so
her
bad.
hair done.
One
Yeah.
one
Yeah.
thing I wanted to say is I remember ever since elementary school actually, every single day my dad would pick me up from school, ask me the same question. What'd you learn today at school? What'd you learn? It's like sometimes I really wouldn't be able to think about my whole day and I feel like the pressure's on. I have to find something I have to say that I learned or else he's gonna give me a lot of work when I get home. So that's also like a thing at the time you may not like, but it's like it does push you to learn more and
Yes.
It has your brain moving 24/7.
Yeah,
It's
'cause
not.
now you know. You
What is
know
it, dormant that you said?
that you don't want to be dormant. Very
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
Very good. Exactly. Meaning
Word of the
sleep.
day.
Yeah.
Word of the day.
Meaning sleep. Yeah, exactly. We need that. And that's very good. I remember when you was in school, you used to do that because I always gave you different words. And I remember your friends used to say silly stuff to you like, ask what's up with
why
the
you
big
using
words.
the big word?
What's
But
up with the big
He
words?
would always have us use the dictionary instead of the phone. Like, look it up, like, instead of using your phone, because the phones make you lazy.
Mhm.
When you look up a word in the dictionary,
Yeah.
it actually, you're thinking about it more.
And
But you-
sometimes people tend to get offended when you say words that they're not affiliated with.
Like that
and
Kevin
they-
Hart scene.
I
Since
was-
you're using big words.
Yeah. That was
Taking
funny. Oh, from the 40-year-old version.
Yeah, the 40-year-old version.
But all he said was amicable. He said, so since you, the other guy,
I forgot
guy
that I'm
name.
always messing up lines.
Yeah, that's right.
So
That
you
was
just say
funny.
it.
That was real funny. He said, I'm gonna ask you to move along amicably. And then Kevin Hart was like, all right, since you use the big words and I don't know what they mean, I'm gonna take that offensive. I'm gonna take, oh, that was like on Martin. Remember on Martin the scene where Gina, he was supposed to, him and Tommy supposed to go to the racetrack or something, and then Gina said, yeah, Martin, oh, well, before you leave, a motor vehicles things came in the mail for you, so before you leave, you want to take care of your license and put that in your itinerary. And then he was like, yo, what's with
What
the
the
big
heck
words?
is
What's
that?
with the big words? Yo, he got all offended. Like, yo, stop being offended by the big words. Because they nothing more, as I said, big words, nothing more
Then little words.
Little words.
Killer in the
Killer
Bee.
to be.
Kill in the Bee movie. Very
But you know,
positive movie.
also, I'm right here recording, so I know y'all can hear my voice. To everybody, what's up, peoples? But my thing is, babe, that you just doing the typical as a parent that cares,
Yes.
and you
A
want
father, a good father,
to,
great father.
yes, and you actually wanted your kids to know more than
Yes.
what they teach you in school. Because if you really look at it, when parents get more informative about these schools, they don't put out there what's really how it was back in the days.
Oh,
how
like
our
your own
people,
history.
yes, our own
See,
history.
now I love that you said that, babe, because you know what? That takes me back to, for the viewing audience, a great video we did quite a while ago called The Conspiracy to Destroy Black Boys.
Black
And I
Boys,
explained
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Basically, the premise of that video, it was long but very informative.
Mm-hmm.
But basically how a child is so intelligent up to a certain age, about 7 or 8. And then from that point, he seems to dwindle down, especially black and Hispanic. Why? And they're very simply put, is because everything he's learning in school, white, 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 white. He don't see nobody in these books that look like him. He don't, or she. He don't see no inspirational stories about him or her. Everything is George Washington, Abraham Lincoln, Drew Jackson, white, white, white.
Which
And it's
were
like,
they were
yo,
all
man,
following slaves.
Then that turns into them going home and watching TV and seeing these rappers, and now he starts to think like, well, I don't want to be like the white person, so I'm gonna be like on the streets or the drug dealer or like the ball player. When it shouldn't be like that.
And this is no way, shape, or form no racist video. We don't do that. We try to put positive stuff out. We just giving facts. If you are constantly drilling in someone's head to be of this culture, not their own culture, they tend to lose interest. And that's what that whole video we
Exactly.
did. Like I said, it's called Conspiracy to destroy black boys. Just go to my page on YouTube, type in my last name, Spinks, number 4, Spinks 4. That's one word, and then second word, integrity. All our videos will come up. Like I said, we just do positive videos. But you know what, Jada, I like what you said too, how I used to do that. Ever since y'all was in elementary school, I will always say what you learned today. Because I wanted you to know, when I'm picking you up, you better be ready. And
You
better,
did that to one of her friends.
I thank you. I did that to a friend. You know what's funny? He's a grown man now. Well, he's like 21, something like that. And even just the other day, I seen him. I ran into him, and I brought that up. I said, do you remember that I used to always say to you, what? And he was like, what did I learn today? I said, exactly.
How can you forget?
See how
It's
many
every
years
day.
ago? And I used to annoy him with that because this is how culture should be. Just because he's not my son, but he's in my neighborhood, I know him, he hung around you, so I want to inspire him to learn as well. You know, so you must push each other. And as I said, parents, have your kids, they have a powerful tool, that phone. It's a smartphone. Have them look up stuff. Do it with them. Like I said,
Yes,
show them, explain them. Go to a museum. Do something different. Encourage them to learn plenty of things. And even with the college thing, everybody, and we heard this term before, everybody's not college material. Everybody can't particularly afford it. But the ones that want to go, there's different avenues for college. You know, it's the financial aid. You got to know the difference between a grant and a loan. A grant you don't pay back. A loan will put you in debt. Learn how to get these grants. There are plenty of avenues and information out there that you can get grants. You don't want these loans. You don't want to be in debt for the rest of your life. You know, so many
Exactly.
different avenues. And learn your history. Learn what's important to your history.
Even like when they do, like when we have to do summer reports, you know, when they got us reading the same
Oh, thank
the
you, because I
same
almost forgot.
books set up every year. Like the Raquan has no father, living
Always
in the
negative.
hood. But then the white books, they got, Molly's dad was a billionaire and a doctor.
And that's what I always did with you guys. Remember when y'all was kids, even now, when y'all came home and y'all said, oh, we got to do a report on Black Studies or whatever, right? And y'all would always come home and say, oh, they got Martin Luther King or Rosa Parks. Now, don't get us wrong. Those were great people. But what did I always do with y'all? I always say, you are not doing it on Martin Luther King. You're not doing it on Rosa Parks. We're going to do it on totally different people that average people have never heard of.
We
such
didn't even
as,
know Queen Zinga.
we're going to do it on Queen Zinga. I had you do it on Hannibal Baca.
Yeah.
And remember, I had you do that report. You went to school and
and that one girl from Africa.
She shocked. She was from Africa.
Yeah, she shocked.
Because
she's the only person in the class that knew about it, and she said the original name.
But wasn't it amazing? Your entire class had never heard of Hannibal Baca.
They never
the
did.
entire
Even
class.
a teacher.
Even a teacher. But see, this is what I always did with them. I said, no, you're going to do different things. You're going to learn different things. And you know what you're going to do? You're going to be the galvanizing point to inspire the rest of your classmates. So, because remember, it was Carthage.
Yeah.
But now, if you look on the map, it's called Tunisia. And remember, the trick, we went to Sam's Club. I bought a big box of lollipops, right? Mm-hmm. And I think you put a whole bunch of them together. And when she did the whole book report on Hannibal Baca, which was, I still love this story. Yeah. She did the whole report on Hannibal Baca. And after she gave her whole presentation in the class, because you had asked the teacher, could you do it, right? Mm-hmm. And after she gave her whole story about Hannibal Baca, they had pulled the map up. And I told Ashley to show the lollipop. It was a whole handful of them, blow pops. And she said, if anybody could show me where Hannibal Baca was on Africa, right? The map was right there, the big old map in the class. And show me where Carthage. Show me where Carthage is on the map. Now she thought she had
I felt like I was a teacher.
That was funny.
No, but that finds interesting in all the kids.
Yo,
that now they want to get involved.
Because they saw the lollipops. So
they wanted to get involved.
I was like,
and nobody knew where Carthage was. But to her surprise, it was a girl in her class from Africa. And that girl.
What's crazy is that before that day, like me and her never talked. Like we always saw each other, but she was like, she never talked to no one. As soon as like that end of that class, me and her got cool after that.
But hold on, you missing the point. How about she got up and she told you exactly where Carthage was? Mm-hmm. She was like, oh, it's right there. It's Tunisia.
Yeah.
It's no longer called Carthage. And you was like, oh, snap.
Yeah.
She was the only one in the class that knew.
That made that, but that I like that because I think she felt right there like, wow, someone took interest in my land,
culture.
my culture.
Which was both of your cultures.
Both of our cultures.
See, but that's what I always did with them. I always was like, no, you're gonna do reports on different people. Like I said, Toussaint Louverture, Hannibal Baca, Denmark Vesey. Matter of fact, I give you a great one on Denmark Vesey. Sure, Denmark Vesey. See, this how people they study your culture all the time. But this where we go wrong as black folks. We don't study other people's cultures.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna give you a prime example, and I hate to mention this idiot fool name. That fool, what's his name?
Andrew Jackson.
Yeah, he's a fool too, but that ain't what I'm talking about right now. Dylan Roof, that jerk off that went in that church and killed them people. Prime example. This proves my point of how people study you, meaning white people study you, but you don't take the time to study them. Now, you speak of this fool, Dylan Roof, to the average person. They go, yeah, the white boy that went into the church and shot up them people. Even your boy Gambino, he done put that in his video now. What it's called?
This is America.
This is America. Right? And he shot them people up, right? All right, that was an emphasis on that church. But see, what a lot of people don't realize is that when he went and shot up that church, he could have picked any bunch of churches. But you know what? He picked that AME church. Why? That was Denmark Vesey Church.
Wow.
See? A lot of y'all out there didn't know that. He put an emphasis on... Now, let me explain. The Denmark Vesey was an abolitionist back in the days. As crazy as this may sound, he had won his freedom because he actually hit the lottery. He hit the lottery. This was a man who had money. He bought his own house, started his own church there. He was an abolitionist. He started up an insurrection to go like the Nat Turner type of stuff. But unfortunately, one of his
your own brother
backstabbing brothers ratted his insurrection out, and they came and they caught all of them. But he had already established his name and a bunch of other stuff. So isn't it amazing? That church, it ain't just a bunch of people that he shot out for no reason. There was a reason he went to that church, because that was Denmark Vesey Church. And see, those are things that I've taught you guys as well, always. See, know your history.
But you know what I just found out, and I was so impressed how they don't really put out there that our people was fighting back then.
Oh yeah, they don't want you to
know
know
that.
that.
You didn't finish the whole story of
what?
like the boy, the Denmark Vesey thing, because
the point is, see how he made an emphasis of going to that church particularly because it was Denmark Vesey, whereas I want to put emphasis on this was that black guy who tried to do an insurrection on my people way back then. Guess what? I'm gonna go to I'm gonna put a stamp on the fact that we're gonna go back. I don't care what years ago he died. I'm gonna go back to his church and tarnish his name, tarnish his church, tarnish his people. See, by knowing our history, but we don't know their history. Mm-hmm. See, so teach your kids, encourage your kids. You know, play board games. You know, inspire them, have fun. Go out on a trip together.
Interact with each other.
Interact a lot. I've said that once again on the video, the conspiracy video that we got. Ask your kids when they come home. It is important. Ask them, how was their day today? Make a conversation out of it. Sit at the dinner table together as a family. As a family, sit at that dinner table. Stop, Mom, please. Stop going to the room, eating your dinner, and shutting the door. Dad, if y'all home, I hope y'all stop eating your meal on the run. And brother and sister, stop going to your room and you go in your room. No, eat together.
Yes.
Eat together and talk together. Exactly. It is important.
Mm-hmm.
You need to know what your daughter's going through during the day, what your son is going through. I'm sorry, go ahead.
If I can add something, I like to say the reason why learning is so important to me is because I feel like since birth I've been learning, obviously, but it wasn't until I actually got older that I started paying more attention, because you get wiser as you get older. And the more and more I'm paying attention and I'm listening to speakers and I'm realizing that the stuff that I've been learning in school this whole time is a lie, and I've been so limited. I feel like school has limited me to education, not expanded my education at all. And I feel like if learning would have stopped, there would have been no Black Panther Party. If learning would have stopped, there wouldn't have been all these speakers, all these debates on African American culture, and I wouldn't have learned what I know
Spanish
now.
culture, because you're Spanish too.
Exactly, Hispanic culture.
And Spanish culture.
background.
Where does Spanish culture come from? And Spanish people.
African descent.
African descent, Spanish descent, and Taino.
Yes.
Well, that's the bloodline.
That's the blood. Thank
that's
you,
the blood.
good.
Yeah, that's
Look
the
at you.
bloodline. And
Big
think it's
45.
informative. But you know, now that I'm older, I'm beginning to know really, truly my history. But it's a shame how in school they're not giving none of that information.
So it's up
so
to
we as our parents, we got to make it our job to teach our kids our background.
Yes,
it is very important.
So like I said, when your kids come home from school, Learning should not stop once they come home from school.
From the
Exactly.
cradle to grave.
Learning should not stop when they graduate school. Learning should not stop ever.
Even if you don't go to college, when you're just working, you should still be learning stuff. When, on your breaks, you should be reading something on the newspaper.
And let's be honest, y'all didn't like the fact that I was always like, you gotta read this book. You gotta read this book.
Once we finish one book, 2 days later,
Yeah.
what book are reading?
Exactly. But but we have great conversations. Like when we do our early morning walks, when that weather get back right, we're gonna be doing that again. As we
People are
always
already
do.
asking me that. They're like, when are you guys gonna be walking as
Yeah.
again?
Because it's great to see positive atmosphere, positive things that people do. And that's what we just try to do. As I said, no way, shape, or form is this a racist video, just a factual video. You know, and when I mentioned that Denmark Vesey thing. So don't take it personal, people out there. If you have another culture, you go, oh man, he talks so racist. No, come on, we don't put negatives. It's enough negative nonsense out there.
Yes, but it
We
does
put
make
positive
it.
stuff
And
out there.
especially the fact that like we'll never need to know about George Washington's crossing.
Exactly.
It like the stuff that I'm learning out of school, I'm gonna need for a lifetime. Like the way I carry myself, the way other people see me realistically. Like I should know all about my culture, and you do not learn that in school at all. They do not tell you the truth. Even the documentaries that we watch, nothing is the truth in school. Like you have to do your own research.
Even
They don't
it's
even
not
talk-
even like also like know about your culture, how to handle your money. Because we
That's
don't
what
talk
I'm
about
about
that
to say.
in school.
Yes.
Like I saw this
Manage.
tweet. It said something like we shouldn't be worried about the Pythagorean theorem. We need to know how to how to do
Finances, agriculture, how to build things, how to put a roof over your head. You know, those things that are
Your
important.
assets.
How to grow your own foods. Those are important things that the school's not teaching you none of that.
Exactly.
But teaching us about George Washington.
Stupid stuff. E equals MC squared. Really?
Or
Really?
the Pythagorean theorem. Like, what do we have? We don't need to
We all know about this.
that.
We be like, wait, when am I going to use that?
Someone come take a look at this.
Take a look at this. Hey, but we ain't going to make it too long. We going to let y'all go. Hey, love you all. Love ourselves. And we just want to inspire
You see how we do this to the house?
We want to inspire you guys and teach your children, teach your family, encourage them to always keep learning. Don't stop.
That's right.
Dig and find, encourage each other. All right? Peace.